I'm Justin DeRoy, and you tuned in for a new episode of High Five Box Office Predictions. So this week we do have a few movies I wanted to talk about coming out. So first off, we have Captive State, which is basically an alien invasion film. Nothing really whole lot I think I really have to say about it because it seemed pretty generic looking. Aliens invade and the humans are trying to form a resistance to basically, find a way to fight back against their alien invaders. Climax is one of the more interesting films, though, that I've noticed that's coming out this week. It is a kind of more of an independent film, so it's probably not going to have a wide release, so not much of a chance of it being a big competitor to the box office this week. But I still felt I would go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So, basically, it's about a dance troupe that goes out to, some place I think that said in the middle of the woods and have some big celebratory party after I guess they won some kind of dance competition and dancing, have a bunch of fun, drinking, but then find out at some point in the night that they've been downing drinks laced with a high amount of LSD and are going to start tripping balls really hard during this party, and everything goes awry and people start killing each other and going nuts and shit. And it's interesting, you don't really see this genre come up very often. I've watched a few of these, but this is actually falling into the musical horror genre, which, again, is something very, very in the minority of being out there. You don't see a lot. I think the only one I can come up with at the moment is Repo Man, the Genetic Opera, would probably be considered a musical horror. So very unique kind of genre. The only notable actress that I could find in there is Sophie Boutella. You might recognize her being she was a villain in Kingsman. She was in the movie Atomic Blonde. She also played the newer Mummy. Other than that, it's kind of unknown cast. I know it's mostly foreign actors, it looks like from the trailer. But again, I don't really feel like this is probably going to reach a wide audience because it's a pretty out there kind of film. Not a lot of people probably into the whole musical horror genre. And lastly, we have 5 Feet Apart. This is kind of in the guise of, one of those, kind of Nicholas Sparks kind of films / Fault in Our Stars kind of, teen drama type movie. So the whole idea is it's about a girl who has cystic fibrosis, and kind of one of the rules about this disease, I guess, is that you're not allowed to come in contact at least within 5 feet of someone else with that disease, or it could prove fatal to you. But lo and behold, being that she's held in the hospital where most of her fellow, patients are also having the same disease, and she ends up falling in love with a young boy with the same disease. So in order for them to actually have a relationship, they must remain 5 feet apart from each other. So, again, like I said, it's kind of like tragic kind of love story, like I said, kind of like Fault in Your Stars type thing. I know these movies have had a pretty decent following, probably more of younger or teen audiences. I'm assuming teenage girl audiences. So that's who I'm assuming we're kind of looking at that's going to be wanting to go out and see this. So I'm thinking definitely somewhere in the top 5 for at least this one. Captive State is a movie that's really not create a whole lot of buzz for me, so I'm not really seeing a huge audience coming after that. Climax, again, is more a smaller independent film with, I think, a smaller release. So those ones are out. So I already mentioned I don't really see Captain Marvel getting kicked out of the #1 spot anytime soon. Probably not until Shazam. So I would say Captain Marvel for sure staying #1. Probably still going to see How to Train Your Dragon up in the top spot. I would probably bet then 5 Feet Apart could come in at very least number 3 behind those two films. Then Medea is probably still going to stick in number 4. And we'll say Lego Movie rounding out the top 5 spots. So, yeah, that's my best guess right now of what we're going to see at the box office. But yeah, that's it for this prediction. Be sure to check out some of our other videos we have on the channel. Of course, Monday we'll do a recap, see how I actually did on my prediction. Tuesday we do High Five Pop video. And then Wednesday I do my Canceled Misfits, which is, if you've never seen it before, I basically just reviewed canceled TV shows. But anyway, again, just like to thank you all for tuning in. Maybe check out our Patreon link if you'd like to support this channel. But that is all for me today. Thank you and good